Good morning. Oh my God. Another day, another destiny. This never-ending road to Calvary. How is everybody doing this morning? So impressed that I'm dressed. And dressed like a Jane Austen character too. So double win. How is everyone this morning? Oh my God, the chat is blowing up. This is great. Well done for making it to day 3. Bethan is grabbing a tea and then paints. Excellent. Go and get them paints. So many people up early. This is so great. Welcome. How is everyone? I want to do a quick check-in. How are we doing? It's weird, I know. Do you know what's weird is that I work from home like a lot of the time anyway, some like 3 or 4 days a week. But it's weird because like I don't really work from home. I usually work from a cafe, so I don't think I'm going as like stir crazy as other people. But I can't go out to other places. I mean, #privilege, like whatever, like poor me. But it's just really weird to like not have any evening plans, and like when you go on a walk, like you have to like stay away from people. It's weird, but I am still going on like walks with Craig and just like veering away from people and not going into. Well, we have to go to Tesco to eat, but you know, it's a really interesting one. I'm also like training to be a Greenpeace speaker. So we had a remote meeting yesterday, which was like quite fun actually. Never used Zoom before. So yeah, it's been a really interesting challenge. Oh no. Sorry, I just didn't have time to eat the toast before. I'm sorry. I don't know if you know, but it's 7 a.m. Brilliant. Oh, Tally's in Mexico City. Weird but good, says Mina. Lectures aren't cancelled yet for Cat Scat. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's weird because I've been in some cafes or like looked in some cafes and people are still like in the cafes and working. Which is fine, but then also I'm like, if you're working from home, the point was to stay away. So they're basically just creating a more germ diverse office. So I don't really know what to think about that. So anyway, it's a bit weird. Right, so this morning, for those of you who haven't been to these live streams before, basically we're doing at least 3. We have not yet, even though in fact 4 25 minutes would fit into a 2-hour period. We've only done 3 so far because we like to chat. So we fit 25-minute sprints in, which is the Pomodoro method. I said it right today, did I? Pomodoro. Why can't it doesn't stick in my head. It's not moist enough to stick. Oh my God, Jacob is here. Jacob lives in Texas. Hi, Jacob. 2 a.m. What? I'm never going to do that again. I really regret it, especially in my Jane Austen outfit. Yeah, so we do 25-minute sprints and then like a little break, make a tea, have a chat. And for the first 25-minute sprint, I will give you a prompt and I will also write to the prompt. And then for the other 25 minutes, work on your own project. So I'm trying to write this book. I don't know if I'll do that today because I don't know. I want to set a good example, but I'm also like really angry at it. So I don't know if it's a good, so I might just keep writing poetry for the other prompts. Stop laughing at me. So yeah, we'll see. But basically, I'm going to give you a prompt for the beginning. But first, I'll read you another poem, because why not? This poem isn't actually related to the prompt, but I thought it was really cool. This is a collection I talked about yesterday. Set Me on Fire, an anthology by Ella Rusbriger. So this is a poem for every feeling. In the front. Also, does anybody else read poetry like this? So basically, I get angry at poetry if I have to read it in the order that it's told me to read it in. That's an issue for my future therapist. But I do like to keep track, so I know when I've read all the poems in a poetry collection. So I cross them off when I've read them, and then I put a heart by the ones that are worth revisiting or that I like. And this one is... it's just so useful at the moment. If you're thinking of ordering a book from your local independent bookshop by phone or by website, do it. You should order this because it's got so many like great stuff for now. I mean, there's a whole section on waiting There's a whole section on it's complicated. There's a whole section on being done. So it's really great. I'm going to read one from the end of the collection. I think it's actually the last poem. It is. Give me a second to get another bit of toast because bloody hell, guys, it's early and I've already sung Les Mis and put makeup on today. Well, makeup is very rough. Well, one more shot. Even I'm eating. This is the shit I have to cut out my videos all the time because I constantly eat when I'm filming. Okay, right. I just did sing for you. People asked me to sing. I sang Les Mis, didn't I? Maybe in the break. Although Craig's gone on a run. Craig will be back soon. And the singing, he's allergic to musicals. I'm not sure why. Okay, so this poem is called Wisdom, the Voice of God by Mary Carr. And I love it. That's literally the whole thing. And I think it might be useful for this time. 99% of what is wrong with you could be cured with a hot bath, says God through the manhole covers. But we want magic to win the lottery we never bought a ticket for. Tenderly, the monks chant, embrace the suffering. The voice never panders, offers no 5-year plan, no long-term solution, no edicts from a cloudy white beard hooked over ears. It is small and fond and local. Don't look for your initials in the geese honking overhead, or to see through the glass even darkly. It says the most obvious shit, i.e., put down your gun. You need a sandwich. So that's really great if you're feeling angry. 99% of what's wrong with you could be cured with a hot bath. So I think a lot of us who are going a bit like, woo, yeah, I don't know, the put down your gun, you need a sandwich is probably the kind of like Tumblr tattoo I should get on my wrist. Think about it. Anyway, sorry, by the way, that things cut off yesterday. I'm not sure what happened. I will be more stringent about checking, but I was so caught up in my creativity that I didn't notice that the live stream had stopped 10 minutes before it was supposed to. So that's very annoying. I also had a great story about Ian McEwan and pens that you were robbed of because I was literally just talking to no one. What was I going to say? But yeah, I will be checking more often, and perhaps sometimes it doesn't show me that it has stopped going live. It just kind of stops loading the chat. So the reason I know that it's stopped is because people stop talking. But then sometimes I'm like, maybe people are just working. And that's when I'm not talking. Maybe they're just really fucking productive. So I do have my notifications on Instagram. So if anyone could like message me or DM me on Instagram if I do stop going live, I feel like that might be the most effective method, which is ridiculous, but YouTube is kind of shit. Thank you so much for sharing what you've been writing as well during this live stream time. If anybody wants to follow the hashtag Leena's Lock-In, there's some really nice stuff on there already. You're also talented and great. So that's very cool. I will post, sorry, Angelica, I will post the name of the poem. I'll just say it again, actually, but I'll post it in the comments, but permanently in the video so that people who watch this back can permanently see it in the comments. So I'll put that in the comments when I finish. But the poem is called what's VI? 6? Wisdom, the Voice of God by Mary Carr. I'll just hold it up to the screen as well. There you go. Is that backwards? I feel like that's backwards. Anyway. Oh, hey, Sarah. Morning. I love it when like RL friends tune in as well. I'm like, oh guys, hi to the screen. Okay, so the prompt today can go both ways because basically I'm like, obviously, like, I don't know, for some people they want to like get stuff off their chest about the current situation and what is going on, and some people probably want to escape from that completely and just write as if they weren't in the middle of a pandemic. Would recommend. So I'm gonna set a prompt that's like both of those things. And also I was thinking that it's Mother's Day on Sunday, so if you want to write around Mother's Day themes, that's also cool. I'm thinking about writing some letters to people that I know that aren't mothers who are in isolation right now, So I'm probably going to do that today at some point. But this is poetry hour, and we're just going to write abstractly. So the prompt is to whom it may concern. So I'm gonna you can either use that as the first line if you want to like write a poem or write a piece of work, or maybe you're doing some art, then you can just draw some letters or whatever you'd like to do with that phrase. Or you can write dear somebody and actually address the person. But I'm gonna start with the first line, to whom it may concern. So that means you can either write something that's like a complaint to whoever you want. You could write a poem or a piece to an abstract concept, like isolation or universal basic income, and invite him here. Or you could write it to somebody that you miss, somebody that you're not seeing right now, somebody that doesn't exist, somebody that's dead, somebody that you admire that's dead. We could write to Jane Austen. That could be a thing. So yeah, I thought this would be a nice prompt for today. And for some reason, all of my prompts have started with L. And I don't know if that's some kind of narcissism on my part because my name starts with L. But who am I to break an accidental habit I created for myself 2 days ago? Not me. I will continue now. So yeah, I'm going to set 25 minutes on the clock. Oh, I'm going to do it. Okay, you ready? Okay, Google, play rain sounds. Have I set everybody else's Google Home off? But not mine. What, is this even broken? Okay, Google, play Umbop. Okay, Google, volume 30%. I don't want to wake the neighbours with my usual setting of 65%. So it can play Umbop, but it can't play. Do you know what? Not the point. Okay, Google, stop. We're going to find some rain sound on here. Open Spotify. So basically, I'm going to play some rain sounds. I am going to set the alarm. Yeah, here we go. Rain sounds. Get it in my ears. Yeah. Yeah. Get some gentle rain we're going with today. Yesterday was night rain. Today it's going to be gentle rain because it's hump day. It's a Wednesday. Things are harder as it is already. Let's go. It's playing Spotify from my computer onto my... The wonders never cease. Look at that. Incredible. Anyway, why am I wasting everybody's time? There's 225 people here. I'm wasting the time up. Geez, it's quite aggressive, isn't it, for gentle rain? I guess it's Welsh gentle rain or something. Okay, well, cool. Right, I'm setting the time of 25 minutes. 25 minutes, and I will periodically hold the phone up so you know how long is left, but like know that it is now 7:14 and I am setting a 25-minute timer. So those of you with great math scores, work out of yourself. Why is it raining so smoothly? It's a very good question, Nafisa. Hi, Nafisa, by the way. Yes, write a poem about your Google requests. Amazing. Right, okay, right, let's just do it. 25 minutes, let's go, let's write something. Doesn't have to be beautiful. Doesn't have to be King Lear. Let's go. I'm going to eat my toast while that's happening. Sorry if it picks up on the mic too much, but I'm hungry. Okay, well done. That was the first 25-minute sprint. How did we do? Was it okay? Is everyone alive? There's people from everywhere here. Italy, Hong Kong. Did you say Sweden somewhere? I think Sweden was there somewhere. Sweden's on day 2 of lock-in. Hong Kong seemed very used to it. So that's interesting. South Africa. Oh my God, this is so amazing. What the fuck? Lots of people working on PhD theses. Congrats. Keep it going. I did chuck I did have to chuck one person out of the chat, but it was kind of like making me laugh. But like they were, I say he. I'm just assuming that, you know, was like asking for everyone's Snapchats and being like, "Hey, beautiful, where's your Snapchat?" And I was like thinking about blocking him, even though I was like, I don't really know what's going on. But then I was also just like, I'm going to block you for the assumption that we still use Snapchat. So yeah, anyway, sorry if there's anyone annoying in the comments. I will keep an eye out for it, and if they are being stupid, I will chuck them out. Paris, Greece, Melbourne, oh my God, Peru, oh my God, we're currently in the Netherlands. Singapore, this is amazing. And also London. Hey, wave to you out the window. London's funny at the moment. I just keep seeing empty buses, which is just so disorientating for someone who's lived in London for 8 years. South London, people are doing their morning pages. This is great, amazing. Istanbul, Nottingham, Glasgow, Copenhagen, Russia. This is amazing. Kent. I could just make a poem out of where everyone's from. So for those of you who are joining in now, we had a poetry, well, I did a poetry. We had a creative prompt for the phrase "to whom it may concern" about letters, and you know, either who you write a letter to, what, you know, this is a general prompt. I wrote 2 poems because I wasn't happy with the first one. Although I wasn't happy with it, but I was a bit like, oh, I kind of wanted to go in a different direction. So here's my short one. And sorry, I'm just looking at the chat where everyone's from. It's amazing. Stroud, Bristol, Berlin, Budapest, all the bees, Seattle. This is great. Sorry. Right, so I'm going to read my poem, "To whom it may concern," and I would love to see yours. So if you want to like put them on social media and hashtag Leena's lock-in, or you want to just pop them in the comments so we can see, that'll be lovely. I want to see what everyone's written. So anyway, here is one of mine. I don't know if I'll read both out. Let me know if you want another one after this one. So this is the second one I wrote. This rain is very distracting. Hold on, let's turn down the rain for a little bit. God, it makes me feel like God. Yeah, turn down the rain. So this is my poem, "To whom it may concern." To whom it may concern, I am seeking concerned persons, anyone with a good pair of glasses who will concede to get concerned. I'll start again, sorry. I feel like I lost the flow. To whom it may concern, I am seeking concerned persons, anyone with a good pair of glasses who will concede to get concerned at what they are seeing. I am looking to gather concern in boxes, so if you have any spare, please bring them to the school hall on Chapel Street by Friday, at which point we will consolidate concern and deliver it to those who need it. The people at the top are starving for it, lips dry with it, haven't seen a can of it in weeks. Our humblest thanks at this trying time. That's the whole thing. Do you want to hear the other one, or should we chat for a bit, or should we just go straight into the next creativity thing? Consolidate concerns. Consolidate concerns. I need to like do more practice on my thingy one. The other one? Okay, cool. God, it feels like it's such a pantomime, doesn't it? It's like, ooh. Anyway, okay. Do you want to see the cow, which is actually 2 men in a cow suit? Yes. Okay, please. Okay, right. Here's the second one. The first one that I wrote. Second one I'm reading out. I don't know if I'm just not as happy with it, but that's okay. To whom it may concern. I would like to put in a request for more flowers, more hours in days without stomach knots, which I can't see coming nor know where they go when they leave. I would like to fire a request for more therapists, pepper them among postcodes, level out the long haul of finding everyone you meet's particular bruise. And is it a big ask to ask for more blurring? Hitting your head against lines all the time is bringing concussion and empty clout, and all the louts that think that the buck ends with them. But in fact, when in fact the point of the system is that the buck never ends. The endless belief in bucks and lone people floating about the universe without context. So I would like to order a smudging, a great bleed between us that finally admits that we get less hours and flowers than we think, and the world will stop long before the buck. So that's the other one. That buck life. It made me like think about bucks, and like I'm like, did buck mean bucking bronco, like buck first, or did it mean money buck first? Or did it come about because we were trading horses and then we were trading money? And why do you buck something off, but then a buck is a good thing? And why do you need to buck up your idea? We need an etymologist. This is an emergency. Yeah, anyway, that's what I was thinking about when I was supposed to be writing. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Georgia wrote a letter saying that they're happy to be locked in. A way to start divorce defences for my family law course. That is heavy. Good luck. I only didn't want to miss the stream, but really had to pee, so just left my bedroom and bathroom doors open and peed in your lovely company. Thanks, Abby. Like, you don't even want to miss it for a pee. That's fine. I mean, we can like schedule toilet breaks if you'd like, but like I'm imagining that the stuff I say in between isn't that interesting, and then also that we'll be silent for a lot of the time. So you're welcome to go for a wee during the writing time, especially as I'm playing rain sounds through the screen at you. I think maybe this is a me issue. Okay, right. So we're going to do another sprint. I think I'm getting on okay at this point. Might even fit. No, we're not going to fit 4 in. Come on, calm down, Leena. But yeah, let's do another sprint. I think I'm going to continue to write poetry because I'm just feeling it right now, and I'm not feeling my book. But as long as I'm writing and as long as I'm up and I'm doing stuff and I'm being creative, I think that's the whole point of this, isn't it? Oh, okay, wait. News just in. Kirsty says, I think that buck is from buckskins in Native American exchange to American English slang. Mind blown. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And then there'd be bucking broncos. Yes, the hashtag is Leena's lock-in. Just as Ariana wrote it there. Hashtag Leena's lock-in. Okay. What am I going to write about? I'm going to give you a random prompt from my favorite book, The Overstory, which is what I went to get a second ago. But I sometimes do this thing where I just do this, and then I find something to write about. But I might be a bit more specific about it this time, just because I want it to be a good prompt, as I don't want to waste 271 other people's time on this shit prompt. Crazy. Here's a random line from it that is not going to be the prompt, but it's quite funny. California means 3 days of lost work. Jesus spent less time cleaning out hell. Okay, here's a random one. You can hear Craig drying his hair in the other room. Oh yes. Okay, so I'm just going to start like with one of the first lines on one of the first pages, and the first line is, "Now is the time of chestnuts." So I am going to write something that's just "now is the time of." That's going to be my prompt for myself. You're welcome to join in. But yeah, If not, carry on with your thesis or your knitting or your painting or your, I don't know, head scratching, your nail clipping, whatever you want to do. Carry on with that. I'm going to put another 25 minutes on the timer, and we will begin. I hope you're excited. I am. Okay. 25 minutes on the timer. That's going over there, so it doesn't distract me. This, we're whacking up the rain again. Oh, hey. And I'll see you in a bit.
I'll put it here. Thank you.
People say hi to you.
Hey gang, let's light a candle to really get the atmosphere going.
Oh my god, yeah. Do it.
Weird, even though I'm working from home, I'm like, my employer has given me a lot of trust, therefore I must take this very seriously. And start at 8 on the dot.
Very well, say 03, so you're late. People say hi, Craig.
Gang, gang, gang. What's good? We got gumption or what?
Got 12 minutes left. Okay, I'll show you, man.
Get on with it.
I know. So embarrassing. Well done. We made it. Another sprint, another time. How did everybody do? It looks like people are very busy chatting, which I support because this is about anti-loneliness, and also working, which is really great. Abby Cooper, you mentioned in the chat earlier when I was getting distracted that you accidentally typed the word growable, and then you challenged people to come up with a definition of growable. So I did quietly while I was supposed to be writing. So the official definition of growable is a state of mind in which a horrible mindset has been gobbled by the undeniable beauty of the small things. So there you go. That is the official now definition of growable. Or maybe it's gumption. Maybe it's gumption, horrible gumption. We'll work it out. So the prompt, for those of you just joining in, the prompt for that session was now is the time of, because we got it from the overstory. There's a chapter that starts with now is the time for chestnuts. So it was a now is the time of prompt. I hope you all are having fun writing your dissertations or your knitting. I'm going to read what I wrote, I guess. I wrote a bit more, but I'm just going to read the bit that I think makes a whole poem, because I think you can't have to write way more to get a little bit. The world needs more growable. So true. So it's reading.
I thought that was your belly then. When is that going to end?
No, it's just me thinking aloud, but feeling the need to make a sound. Also, there was a person that's probably left the group who was like, obviously just came randomly onto the chat and was like, why is this host not speaking? Everybody is still here, but the host is not. The host is working.
Read the description.
And I was like, it's called a lock-in, sir. So anyway, sorry for doing you a disservice. Excuse me, sir, excuse me. Craig bought me a tea while we were on writing things off. So thanks, Craig.
Right.
Shout out to Craig.
Just wanted to let you just flex. My boyfriend bought me some tea.
Dishy. So yes, so again, like I think a lot of people are writing about being locked in, which is fine, and I was too. So we'll get onto a different thing. I keep giving like really open prompts, but it appears that a lot of us are writing about this, so that's fine. It's a processing mechanism. So mine is called My Button Is Open. That's cool. Oh my god, that's what my biography is going to be called. My Button Is Open by Leena Norms. Okay, so my poem is called Now Is the Time. Now is the time of longing, the small. Start again. Stop laughing at me. You're making me sound con. I'm like,
sorry.
300 people are watching me on here, but then like when a real person is in the room, I'm like, well, now there's pressure.
Sorry, I'll plug in and leave you alone.
Okay. Yeah, the next prompt is going to be called My Button Is Open, so I hope you all get ready for that. Oh no, is the street has the stream died? Oh, for fuck's sake, really? Everyone's freaking out because the stream dies. I'm going to refresh my screen. Does that work? Oh, is it back? Okay. It's back. Yours is fine. I don't want to refresh the screen. Is it okay? Oh my god, there's so much typing. If I refresh the screen, I don't know what happens for me. People can... Okay. Say the word pebble if you can hear me. Pebble, please. Write pebble so I know that you are seeing me live. Nobody is. Okay, that's cool. I didn't read the whole poem. It's fine. Pebble. Okay, incredible. We're back. Nobody missed the. Oh my god, there's so many pebbles. Stop. I know that you're here. It's okay. Oh my god, that was such a panic. I love it. Highs and lows. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we get the. This is very engaged. I'm loving this. This is incredible. Okay, right. I'm gonna read the poem now. Nobody missed the poem when it was cut out. Maybe my brain is attached to my laptop because I was like stumbled over my words in the poem, and then my laptop stumbled too. Everybody working from home at the same time, man. Right. Okay. Right. Let's go. Now everybody stop typing Pebble. We will continue. So this is my poem. Now is the time of longing. Now is the time of longing the small things, holding handrails with abandon, passing crisp packets and pens. Can I try your drink? Do you want to come over? I'm late for that thing we arranged to do. Is it sad to be nostalgic about being late? Is it tragic to miss moments that mean nothing to you? This man on the tube really stank. This pint is rank. Let's go to the cinema tonight and fall asleep. Let's go to Paris for a week. Let's not, but let's seriously plan it out like we might. That's the whole poem. And I wrote some other random shit about insurance, but that's not fully formed yet. So you can look forward to at some point seeing a poem from me about insurance and how it's a lie, how it's a construct. Right. So now we've written the definition of growable, and we've talked about longing. What we're gonna do? Do you know what? I'm gonna actually get on my task now. I feel more galvanized to get on with my task, which is writing my book. So I'm gonna behave, stop writing flimsy poetry, and start writing a real thing. I'm kidding. Poetry is very valid. And we're gonna do another 25 minutes on the clock. Does that sound good? And then maybe at the end we'll do like a brainstorm of how to stay sane when you're shut indoors at the end. So I will crowdsource those thoughts. So hold them for now. And then at the end, I'm going to read them out and chat to you. Sorry, I was reading everyone's comments. Oh my God, yeah, actually, let's have a quick break. I actually need the toilet. That's a very good idea. Whoever said that. Yes, Lucy, let's have a little break before we start another thing. You want to go to the toilet? You want to make a tea? Do your thing. That's fine. And we'll start. We will reconvene here in about 5 minutes. Is that okay? Is that okay? Random man who's telling me off for not. I think he's long gone. Telling me off for not being entertaining all the time. I mean, what's different from being out on the street, to be honest? Right, let's go. Yeah, I agree, Jess. The positivity on the chat is absolutely beautiful. People are being really lovely. Pebble. I was really confused. Sorry about the pebble thing. Does anybody want another prompt for this thing? I think I'm just going to write my book, but I would happily set another prompt if you want it.
My prompt is bands that I wish I liked but don't.
Okay, you can write that. No, I'm feeling. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading all your comments. That's great, cool. People would like a prompt. That's fine. The prompt is my autobiography. So I was like, my autobiography would be called "My Button Is Open." Write something about what your autobiography would be called and what would it be like? What would be in it? Or what you'd share with people and what you wouldn't, or like maybe what wouldn't be in your autobiography. Whatever you want. Depends on who you're showing. You know what I mean? Shout out to yogurts. I saw a really funny tweet yesterday that was Abir Mukherjee, who's like a really lovely, great author, and he was just like tweeted about 9:30 or 10, being like, for those of you new to working from home, this is about the time you have your second breakfast. And it's very true. This is my second breakfast and it's only 8:30. So rock and roll. Okay, let's do another prompt and then we'll have 5 minutes at the end to chat. Oh, people are writing the to whom I concern love letters. That is adorable. Stop, I'll cry. Okay, ready? 25 minutes. Let's go.
All right. Okay. Hold on a sec. Yeah.
over. Congrats, everyone. That was incredible. Well done. Hype man. I hope you enjoyed seeing me from very much below. I'm going to move more to it. That's like a normal distance now. I'm just going to pretend to cough on you. Not funny. Let's read what everyone's been up to. What are we talking about? Private school leak. Oh God. Okay, we've got. I mean, he's not the first troll in the chat. Oh my God! What symmetrical music? Do you know what? Goodbye, sir or madam. It's just like some person going off about private schools in the chat. I don't know.
What, like saying that they're good, or?
I didn't read it. It was the ramblings of a troll. Oh no, Cammy's father is 80 years old and has had to cancel his birthday party. That is really sad. People doing morning pages. I love that people have been writing on the prompt of Pebble. I'm so impressed. That was so accidental. I was literally just like, what's a word that people wouldn't say by chance? So I'm glad that emergency button has inspired some art. Angelica, during the past 1 hour and 45 minutes, I've outlined and found the quotes for my next essays on my blog. I should be out later today. Thanks, everyone. Woo! Amazing. People are writing poetry first time in 10 years. That's amazing. People are boiling their kettles. It's all very busy up in here. Alice is making a den in their bedroom. Realised I've been zoning out for the last 10 minutes. That's fine. Creative zoning out is totally fine. You could see when I was writing that half of the time I was just like, which is the pattern. It's fine. Welcome, Joanne. Better late than never. 10 minutes before the end. Incredible. So yes, before I go, people were asking earlier in the chat, I'm just trying to scroll through, asking if anybody had any tips for like stuff to do indoors, how to stay level mentally, ideas of things to do indoors, especially like moving around. I think that people are going to have their movement restricted a little bit, or they should still go on walks, just don't go near anyone. Do you know what I mean? If you're in Britain anyway, I think that maybe the government advice further. My dad was telling me, so a lot of my family live in Paris. A lot of my family live in Paris, but they do. And apparently people aren't allowed out on the streets like legally. And is anybody from France here? And if they do, they have to carry a form with them. So that everybody prints off these forms and then you fill out the form about why you're out. So then if a policeman asks you, you show them the form. Is that true? That is what my family in France are telling me. I don't know, like, is that just a Parisian thing? But yeah, it's very sad. And I imagine that Shakespeare & Co. is what, Alice? You have one form for one day. Are you kidding? Same for Italy. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. And do you have to print off the form? Not this is like a minutiae issue, but like, do you have to print off the forms yourself? Because printing is wasteful and expensive. Not that, you know, obviously it's an emergency, but like an actual physical form, you can't just like hold something on your phone. Man, you can get a fine of 135 euros. Wow, that's I hope you guys are okay. That is dystopian. They have said you can write on paper, and now I think there's an over the phone version. Okay, cool. I mean, still not. It's terrifying, but like obviously a measure that they feel they need to take, so that's good, I guess. Meanwhile, in Australia, barely anyone is shutting schools, says Cat. Yeah, same. I think they're shutting some schools. My friend works in a school, and he said that they haven't shut the school, but 18 teachers have called in sick, so they essentially have shut the school, but they haven't. But the kids aren't getting taught. It sounds like literal mayhem, but apparently they're thinking about doing a thing where they send all the kids home, apart from the kids that are kids of NHS workers. so the NHS workers can continue working, which I think sounds like a great idea, although much bummers for the people who are NHS workers' children. But yeah, keep us up to date on what's going on in your part of the world, because it's interesting. And I don't know if anything to go by. I think things are gonna change a bit more before they get better. But there's lots of like hope in China, and they're shutting down a lot of the emergency clinics. It sounds like there are trials already starting for a cure. So it's nice to look at countries where things are calming down a bit and being like, okay. Although obviously anyway, I don't want to talk about it too much on here. What am I doing? 3 minutes to go, and I managed to talk about that instead of positive, happy things, ways to create. Does anybody have any ideas of happy things to do indoors? I might bake some bread. Living. I'm also thinking of upcycling some of my clothes and finishing the book. Yes. Denmark is not allowed in groups over 10 people. I think a lot of people are voluntary not doing groups of 10 people right now in the UK. My friends are even cancelling like coffee and stuff, which is fair, because after they cancel coffee, the coffee shop's shut. But yeah, more baking, have a dance party. A few authors on Instagram are reading their books. Oliver Jeffers has been doing readings this week. Cute. Yoga journey, amazing. Cleaning a good podcast. My son's nursery's open, but they've taken temperatures in and out of the day. It's annoying. Too early to post this. Oh yeah, Pilates or yoga, says Luke. That's a good one. I'm scared of like annoying my neighbours, because they're obviously also going to be in, and we live in a flat and there's people below us, and I have been the person below other people before, and it's like actually driving me crazy. So I don't want to be the person who's like jumping around on the floor anymore. Anyway, so silent yoga, still yoga. Coldplay did a live song request, which was I actually really love Coldplay. I don't know what that makes me, but I sincerely love the vanilla music that is Coldplay.
Somebody's got to like it.
Somebody's got to like it. But they're doing live request shows.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's so cool. I'm gonna look that up.
Great band called Code Orange, metal band that did a similar thing. The show got cancelled, so they decided to live stream from the empty venue. They did the show anyway.
In the same venue that they're cancelled. That's really funny.
If you like, how would I describe it? If you like death metal.
If you like death metal, as a death metal band who are live streaming from the venue where their show got cancelled.
Maybe they're more like hardcore. Anyways.
If you like shit music.
How dare you? Only you can get away with saying that.
I don't think I actually have. I think as soon as the screen gets off, I'm going to get told off. For the more nerdy types, Cambridge University just released all their textbooks for free online. That's hilarious. Who wants to go to Cambridge? We all can now. That's so funny. Oh my god, make a pub quiz for you and your friends and do it over Skype. That is amazing. Yes. Write for letters to friends and relatives. Anyway, there's lots and lots of ideas. I'm just like, I'm getting mesmerized by the chat. I'm like a rabbit in headlights, just like just reading. Time to use your 2 free months on Skillshare. Who is this person calling me woman? Goodbye. Doing like public live streams is so random. This is a new experience for me. So you're getting a new experience from being in isolation. Just doing public live streams is so different to doing them. I usually do them on the Gumption Club. Long distance friends always pop quizzes in newspapers. Anyway, cool. Use those vouchers for food delivery services. That sounds really nice. Okay, right. That's lots of ideas. We are past our time. Thank you so much for coming to this live stream. I'm going to be here tomorrow at 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. Tell your friends, anybody who's lonely, who wants to be kept company, pass it on. What else was I going to say? We'll have a new prompt tomorrow. It'll begin with an L because I'm stubborn. You've been warned. And I will see you on the internet somewhere. If you want to share what you've made, or if you want to talk about being on the live stream, it's hashtag Leena's lock-in, so I can see what you're doing. And I will see you soon. Have a good day, guys. Bye. Bye. This always takes ages to shut off. Bye.